Yo boys and girls, what is up? Small fam. I'm making this video for Smite, so if you're not playing Smite, you're not gonna be really into this. And yeah, okay, so and Reddit, hello as well. I'm posting this on Reddit. Before we get into anything, all right, disclaimer. I played Smite in season 3 and season 2, and in that period I got about 1.5 k hours, right? I came to Smite 3 weeks ago. So far I have been enjoying it and mainly playing 3s, right? I have not played ranked yet in Joust, but we played a lot of matches in Joust that are casuals. Now, bear with me on this one. Me coming back to Smite, watching a lot of pro players playing obviously Pro League 5v5s. I've been following the meta in 5v5s. I haven't really watched if there's anything with 3v3s. Now, this is just my opinion, what I think will be in ranked 3v3s. Now, I might be wrong. Obviously, that is the purpose of this video, for me to ask you guys, what do you guys think of it? Like, am I far off the truth? Am I close to the truth? Am I exactly like right there? So the purpose of this video, before you start watching, is am I correct with these with this tier list? All right, I'm gonna give, every time I put a character, I'm gonna give my explanation, quick one about it. I don't want this to be too long, but at the same time I want to give you my opinion on why did I put that character right there. So have that as a disclaimer before watching this. My personal opinion, haven't played ranked yet. I think this is where characters slash gods and goddesses will be, or where they are. And I just really want your opinion of whether that's on, because I'm gonna be posting this on Reddit. I want this either like your positive constructive criticism in a Reddit post or on YouTube comment, right? I don't want to people be like, why did you put like Aphrodite in like C? Bro, she's like OP. Like, if you think Aphrodite is OP, even though I think she's not, just give me the reason why you think like that is the reason. Like, don't be that kid, you know? So I love you. Hopefully you guys love me. Everything is positive here. I just want your guys' opinions. And without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Achilles, I think he's an S god, right? Actually, before that, let's talk what D, C, B, A, C, S plus, and SS are. So D is the pick that is really weak. Like, those characters are really weak, and you're not gonna win any games with them. C are the gods who if you're really just like the master of a god, you can bring some strongness with it on the table. B is the tier where characters have some things that are strong, but generally they're better picks than them. A is the perfect like balance of characters. S is the characters who are strong, and most of the time you're gonna be like having these characters considered for competitive games. S pluses are characters who are getting first picked, first banned, and SSs are the characters who are completely broken and should not be in the game. Now, coming into this tier list and making this, I have to give one more disclaimer. I think making tier list for 3v3s is harder, in my opinion, than well, I don't want to say harder, I'll say different than, obviously. I'll give you the reason right now. Why compared to 5v5s, because first, the map is smaller, you have less objectives. That's why I think a lot of characters are more stronger than 5es, because first of all, the characters with AoE means they're gonna be a lot more annoying than on Conquest. Like, you can't throw Agnes ult and cover the whole Conquest. Here you cover the whole lane where the fight is usually happening. So that's why I think a lot of characters are stronger in 3v3s than 5es. And I think the tier list with these pluses is a bit weird, because pluses are basically, if the character is in B plus, that means is a character who is in B plus, means that he's just a bit stronger than a character in B. So like, these pluses are kind of weird, but I obviously put them into consideration, and I will be putting like A and A pluses as well. So just have that in mind. Plus is just a bit more stronger and a bit more picked than slash played than the original name. So I think Achilles is S. I think the guy has good sustain, you know, good poke damage, decent damage overall, and with his ultimate, when the fight starts, he can execute people one after another. So that's why I think he's S, and you should be having him into consideration playing ranked. Now I'm making this obviously for higher ranked, for like competitive higher ranked leagues. Obviously my opinion, that's why I want you guys' opinion on that. I think Agni is A plus god. Great damage, you know, in early game he kind of needs to be more careful. Still deals great damage. His ultimate is nuts, and I was thinking having him in A, but I'm putting him in A plus because I really think he can bring a lot of damage and CC into the fights if your positioning is good. Amazenka, I think he's S god. I think he's kind of broken. I don't want to say broken. I think he's really strong on Joust. Like his bees, his damage, his annoyance with those bees, and having the position behind the team. You can even sometimes 1v1, 1v2 enemies. He's just not a character in 1v1s, for example. All you guys know he's probably one of the better gods. Obviously I'm not talking about 1v1s, but I'm saying the character is getting higher in 5es, and I think he in 3s is in S tier. Akpash I think is an A. Now I had him in A plus, but I think just because he has no mobility, he can easily get rushed down and get killed. And his A, so his first ability, you kind of need to hit it. Like if you just miss it a bit, it's gonna go all the way behind that character who is rushing you. So I think he's a balanced character. He's in A. Great damage. Good damage. Okay, self-sustain because of that heal he has. But he has no mobility, so I think he can get rushed down easily, and that's why I think he's balanced. Same with Honor, great damage, has mobility though. I don't want to say he's A plus. That's why these pluses are so annoying. Like he may be A plus, but I'm gonna put him in A. Like he's a balanced character overall. Okay, CC, great damage, and his ult is CC immunity, so that's good. He might be A plus. I'm gonna leave him in A. Now Materasu, I wanted to put her in A. I had her in B plus. I think she has good sustain, great self heal, movement speed as well on her 1. That's where the heal comes from when switching those stances. And I think her ult is nutty in 3s because most of the time you'll get 2 characters or 2 gods stunned, and she has a silence, so she's like really annoying character and gets in your face. You kind of need to waste your abilities or relics on her. That's why I think she's A, even though she's like B in 5es. But again, I'm talking about 3es, and I think 3es is completely different than 5es, and you guys already know that Conquest and Joust completely 2 different things. Anubis, I actually gonna put him in A. Yes, the god has no ability like Akwash, but his damage and his really annoying character to play against. That's why I think in Joust he's A, and that's why I think that's, like I said in the beginning of the video, I think a lot of characters are a lot more stronger in 3Vs than 5Es because how the map is and how the lane is. Kwong, same A, great damage, has that execution. Has invisibility. Again, he could be A plus. I'm gonna leave him in A. Balanced god. I don't know, man. I would put him in A plus, but at the same time, I'm gonna leave him in A. Aphrodite, she's C. You know, I think you have to be the master of a god, like I said, in order to bring some strongness out of Aphrodite. Like that stun she has on one is, you know, okay. Her 3, the heal, okay. You know, the ult is pretty much the best thing she has, and that's about it. Like she can get knocked, like she can, that knockback that she has on her too is okay, but she can get easily you know, focused and killed. She's like healer mage. I think she's one of the worst picks. No, some guys might say she's in B, then like rather than in C. I think she's in C. You can kill her. You can kill Aphrodite easily if you have your team. Like if you execute the engagement, I think you can get killed easily. That's why she's C. Apollo, I think he's a B plus. You know, global ultimate, you can get whatever you want real quickly, even though Joust is a pretty small map. His Maz is okay, his dash is okay, his one is okay, but then again, there are better picks than him. So he's in B plus. Now, Arachne, I think she's A plus. She's really annoying character, really strong, great damage, good CC, just an annoying character overall, and she can be even a bit more tanky if she wanted, but she would still deal damage and lock down enemies real quick with help of her team. Ares, same A plus. Sorry, Ares A plus. Annoying character with that slow and cripple he has on one. You know, the protections he has with his 2 that gives it to teammates as well. The damage he has with his 3 and 1 combo is nutty. Then his ultimate is always there. You can build a bit of CD and get those pulls and stuns more often, especially if they don't buy beads. Then he's even more stronger. That's why I think he's that's why I think he's A plus character. Artemis. Now I have her in A. She might be A plus, but I'm gonna leave her in A. She doesn't have any mobility. You can you know, focus her. Like if I put Artemis in A plus, then I'm kind of questioning if Andrew is A or A plus, right? So that's why I think she doesn't have any mobility except her 2 in a way, like gets movement speed. The only thing she has is that stun. If you focus her, she can get fucked. That's why I think she's A. Arsha, I think is S. Has stun, can lower the protection, can heal twice with her abilities. Once only herself, once with other ability her teammates as well. Has 2 forms, no cooldown on the transformation. Only issue with her is mana, but at the same time, once the middle game starts, that's gonna be less of a problem. Real annoying character, great for engagement. I think she's a character that you need to be having in those competitive games. Athena, A plus, really annoying character. I think the lackness of her, but the reason why she's in A plus is because of her taunt and her dash. She gets in your face, starts that fight, but just because of her ultimate, I would have had her in A, but that taunt can change real quick the focus of the fight in 3s. Because of ultimate, because it's hard to execute that ultimate unless your character gets in their faces, but then by that time he's probably dead. Or if you want for him to, or her to take less damage, you ult that guy. But in 3s, it's not that important in a way because things happen so fast. So I'm gonna leave her in A plus. She might be A, but I think I'll put him in A plus just because of that taunt. Village A plus really can go well with a lot of characters who have knock up or knock back, great damage. No, great mobility with her 1. She can gank, even though on Joust you most of the time you know where they're ganking from. I think she's a great assassin. That's why I think she's in A+. Bacchus S, really annoying character. The knockup, that stun he has, the drunkenness from his ultimate deals a lot of damage. Can even confirm Demon King. That's why I think he's S. As well as Agni. Agni can confirm Bull Demon as well. That's why I think he's A+ than rather than A. Bacchus deals a lot of damage, has good CC. That's why I think he's S. Bakasura, I think he's fucking nutty. Insane damage. If he stays safe early game, if he doesn't die that much, going to the middle game and building those items, getting those items online, he's gonna shred. He's gonna shred. Has sustain from his 2, slow from his ultimate at CC, great damage, shredder. That's why I think he's S, and should have him in somewhere in your considerations in competitive games. That's why I think he's S. Barnes Medi B+, doesn't really offer much. They're better picks than him. I would rather have Akbash or Nobis rather than Barnes Medi. Has skill shot stun, has a 2 that deals damage and heal nearby allies. I think his 1 is probably one of the worst abilities in the whole game, and his ult is not that strong. Sometimes like most of the time can easily be dodged. If he starts his ultimate and you're on the edge of it, you're not gonna get stunned. If you move and if the team helped you a bit, that's why I think his B+ doesn't offer that much. There are better picks than him. Bastet, same as him. Good damage. Cat can be easily killed in 3Vs. Her ultimate, like her cat, you just auto tag them, or you basically kill them faster. Great poke. Again, I'd rather have Avilix on my team and Arachne that are A+ than Bastet. Bellona, I think she's S+. Great sustain, great damage, great CC. That's it, S+. Kabrak, oops, not B. Bracken, A+. Oops. Great CC. Annoying as fuck. With his 1, he can isolate and stun those squishy because of that movement speed. Squishy characters, he can then stun them after with 2 if he builds the stacks. He can then change the course of the fight with his 3. He can isolate enemies again with his ultimate. I think he's a really annoying character, and I think he's A+ in 3Vs for sure. Kamazot, excuse me, I think he's A+ as well. Great sustain, good damage. He can replace literally your warrior. If you want to have warrior, he can replace that. With his sustain and his poke and that slow of his 2, he's annoying. I think that's why I think he's A+ rather than A. Kurnos, I think he's A+. I know his 1 is a really cool ability. Obviously, I'm not like ranking these people based on like if their abilities are cool or not, but his 2 is annoying as well with his ultimate. The whole thing about changing his 1, I think that's why he's in A+ rather than A. I think he might be A more than A+, but I'm gonna leave him in A+. Curb, balanced character, overall, A. Chuck, A+, really annoying character, a lot of damage. Great ultimate for Joust. That CC and that silence, great sustain on him. Slow for enemies, and heal for himself is nutty. Chanka, I'm gonna put him B a bit over Aphrodite because I think she if she hits that ultimate, that can change course of the fights, and her 2, that instability is her 2, not ultimate like Aphrodite, So I think she's better than Aphrodite. That's why I think she's gonna be B. Might even put her B+. Yeah, I'm gonna put her B+. better picks than her. You can pull out sometimes some things with her, but like she's easily not you know, you buy anti-heal. Same with for body. You buy anti-heal, she's fucked. You can lock her down, bait her too, and if she doesn't have ultimate, she's, you know, fucked. It doesn't deal that as much damage as other mages. Her heal isn't that great, especially if you buy anti-heal. I think she's B+. Chernobog, I think he's pretty balanced. He's gonna be A. You know, good damage. His early game isn't that strong. Once he gets that ultimate online and start building those items, I think he's a pretty balanced god overall. Especially after ult, he can be nutty, resetting cooldowns, being faster, getting that attack speed from his 2. I think he is A. Now some guys may, you know, argue, but how do you have Kernels in A+ and Chernobog in A? You know, that's why I said these pluses are so weird. Don't with these pluses you have to take the choice with a grain of salt, and that's why near that, well, yeah, with these pluses you gotta take those choices with grain of salt. Have that on one side. On other side, that's why on other side, this is why I'm making this video, so I can hear your guys' opinions as well. But I think Chernobog is balanced, and that's why he's A. Kyron as well, A. You know, safe pick, has that heal from his 1, and that's quick CC if you time it right. Annoying with his 2, his 3 can. His 3 is good. Sometimes you can like knock back those characters, even though it's not that great, and his ult can save him and deals a decent amount of damage if you hit more than, well, if you hit multiple characters and then follow up with the 2. That's why I think he's pretty balanced and he's in A. Kronos, I think he's A+ character. You know, he can be your hunter mage. He deals damage. If you get that stun, it's nuts. His ultimate brings him back. You know, restores things. I think he's A+. I'd rather have him than, for example, see, this is weird. I was gonna say I'd rather have him than, for example, Akwash, but I do think he's an A+ than A. Again, pluses are really weird. Take it with a grain of salt, but I think he's A+. Kuku, A. Great sustain, okay damage, and once he gets that rage going, he can be really annoying. That's why I think he's A. I had him in B+, but I think he's A. Cupid, I think he's A+ character. Great stun, good damage, good heal with his 2. Good kill with his 2. Ultimate, you can stun all 3 people if you get it right with those stacks. I think he is definitely a good pick in Joust. I think he's A+. Daji, balanced A. Good damage, annoying ult, good blink, you can call it like that, on teammates. Like, yeah, overall decent damage if you get it. I mean, ult is a skill shot, but I think she is a balanced god on 3s, and I think that's why she's A. Discordia, A+ mage, really annoying, great damage, you know, great poke. Her cooldowns are nutty because of that 3. Even if you build Chronos Pendant, so she's nutty. I think she's A+. Erlang Shank, balanced, pretty much like same as Kuchu. You know, great sustain, good heal. He has that taunt, or he can decide to have that annoyingness with his 3 to knock up enemies, and then get shield, and or use his 3 in other ways. I think he's balanced character. I think A overall in 3s, like a balanced god. Fafnir, I think he's S. He has that, like, he has everything, bro. He has that small heal he gets from 2. He has skill shot stun that can slow enemies behind, even. I think, but it stuns. He has that 3 that is arms, then he can then change to fucking dragon and then put apply his 2 to more allies than himself. He can stun again, he can jump again. Like he's really annoying, and I think he's like same as Aphrodite and Arsha. He's really annoying, does good decent amount of damage and has good CC. That's why I think he's S, and you should have him as consideration in your games, competitive games. Fenrir, he was in S, but I put him in A plus because of that recent nerf he had with the scaling or damage, I think it was. He's annoying, but again, I think he's A plus rather than S. I'd rather have Bakasura than Fenrir in Joust. Yes, his ultimate is like CC, like great, but you get beads or you jump away from it. I think he's more A plus than S. I'm gonna leave him in A plus. Freya, I think is A plus as well. I had her in S, right? I don't know. With Freya, it's either A plus or S. She's not now. In my opinion, I would have Freya over Chronos, but then I'm gonna leave Freya in A plus. Ganesha S character is just in 3 is just real strong. That silence, you can silence everything literally. If you position yourself correctly, you can disengage enemies' engagements. You can knock them, stun with your 1. You can get more damage with his 1. That stun and knock with 3, sorry, and then his ultimate is not T, especially with his recent buff. I think he's S-God for sure on 3s. Geb, safe pick. I think he's great for Joust. Has a shield, has a knock up, knock back with his 1, stun with his ult. I think he's pretty good character for Joust. Guan Yu, pretty balanced character for Joust, I think. Has stun, has self heal, especially with that passive, the bonuses he gets, and it's slow. I think he's A plus. Oh, sorry, A character. Hachiman as well. I think he's A character. Safe pick. His ult is, okay. His one is okay. He's I think his damage overall is okay. I don't think he's better than Kern. I don't think he's better than Cupid in Joust. That's why I'm gonna leave him in A plus. It is A plus just because it's Joust. He has that ult that is hella annoying. He deals a decent amount of damage. He has that fear as well. First, when I started, I was thinking having him in A. Again, take these pluses with a grain of salt. I'm gonna leave him in A plus. Wapwa A plus. He can deal a lot of damage. He can frag out. He has CC immune, ult, slow, good. Good CC, great damage. I think he's an A plus. Hell B. I think he's better than Aphrodite. Brings more to the table. The problem is her mana. I think Chanka would be better than Hell. Again, these pluses are annoying as fuck. She offers more than Aphrodite. He has that CC, 2 stances, can heal, can deal damage, can deal more damage, can lower the protections. I think she's better than Aphrodite. That's why I think she's B. Hera, A plus mage. Argus is a god himself. Like Argus is a god himself. Like that dude is just really strong. A plus. Literally, you talk about Hera, the first thing you that comes across your mind is Argus. If Argus doesn't come across on your mind when you mention Hera, like first, you should not be playing the game. I'm joking. Anyways, I think Hera is a great character. I think he's A plus. Her 3 is nutty with her Argus as well. I think she's A plus. Herc, I think he's A. Skill shot, damage and CC, okay, sustain with his 3. His ult is Okay, can be easily dodged, pretty balanced character. Horus, I was thinking having him in S, but this is the choice that was really hard for me. It's either A plus or S. I don't think he's S plus like Bellona, but you know, his ult is situational. It's hard to it's easily dodged. No, people are gonna expect if they don't see you in the lane, you're either doing bull. With the damage that characters have, not all three people are gonna be doing jungle camps. So it's quite obvious to know his ult. Yes, he has that knock up and that slow and that stun that lowers protection. He can heal allies. I'm gonna put him in S, but I think he's okay. I'm gonna leave him in S. I just told everything I had to say about him. I'm gonna leave him in S. Who he, naughty character, has done with his recent ult of change of how his ult works. I think is A plus, great damage. Okay, okay CC, A plus. Kumbats as well, safe pick. Rather have him than Daji, great ult, great damage. You can play with people's minds with his 3. Really annoying character, A plus. Isis A plus as well. Great ult, good CC, great damage. Izanami A plus. She had a recent change, I think, deals more damage. Her 1 is nutty, her 2 is great slow. Her 3 is I think he got changed. She changed like either her 3 got changed or her 2. Like she dashes faster, or her 2 always slows or something like that. But either way, she deals a lot of damage. Has a good CC. Really annoying character. Shredder. No better than Cherno or Hiron by far on Joust A plus. Now Janus, or however you call him, Janus, I think he's A. He does deal a lot of damage with his 2. His 1 can be dodged. You don't have that much walls to escape on Joust, so you can use his 1. His ult does damage, but you have to hit it. It's a skill shot, can be pretty easily dodged unless it's he's the fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 sniper skills, but I think he's A rather than A plus. Jingwei, I think is S. She's S. Like, comes to playing real fast, great chance, great mobility, good CC with her 1. Ult is okay, but just because of her passive, I think she's S. Yormun S plus. Broke, like, really strong character, great sustain, insane damage, insane CC. Kali A plus, a lot of damage, can lock down targets with her ult, good CC with her 3, annoying character. Capri, pretty balanced god, can revive people, which is fine. His CC is okay, but he can get killed easily, because if he uses his ult on him, then he leaves his teammates vulnerable. But if he uses on teammates to save, you can then lock down him. Pretty balanced god, I think, overall in Joust. King Arthur should not be in the game. SS. Kukulkan A plus, really annoying character in Joust. Great damage, great slow. Ult is nutty. You have to hit it, but that's why you have your warrior or support to help you with that ult. Or you just pre-shoot it and kill it. I think Kumba, I have him in S. I think he's really annoying on Joust. He can like sleep 2 people most of the time. He can root them. He deals a lot of damage. He can knock them up with his ult that deals damage when they fall down. I think he's really annoying character to play against. I think he's S. Kuzembo. Some people might say that he's A plus. I'm gonna leave him in S in Joust. Kuzembo, his 3 is his 3 is so funny and so like annoying. He basically has thorns in his 2. His 1 is hella annoying, deals damage, takes about 3 or 4 hits to get destroyed mid to late game. And his ult is annoying, deals a decent amount of damage and can set up for your team good in fights. Or you can use your ultimate to put enemies out of position so your teammates are more safe. Loki, I think he is. I'm gonna put Loki in B plus rather than in B. I had him in B, but I think he can kill. He can pretty much one shot middle game characters, and if you do that on the right character like Hunter or Mage, that's great start. Then he can go invis again and just he's an annoying character. I had him in B, but I think actually he's in B plus in Joust. Obviously that's my opinion. Medusa, balanced character in Joust, okay damage. Her CC is okay. Her ult is really easily dodged. So I think she's A. I just fired it. I don't know if you guys heard that. If I didn't say it, then it would be awkward if you heard it and I didn't talk about it. So, yeah. Pretty balanced character. I think she's A. Mercury, same. Balanced character, I think is A. I think Kelly or Humbats and Arachne are better picks than him and Joust, and that's why I think he's balanced. He could go A plus. I think he's A. Merlin S plus, most damage in the game with out of the mages. Nutty, I don't know why they haven't nerfed his cooldowns or mana cost. S plus, a lot of damage. Good CC. Neath, balanced character. Actually, I want to put her in A just because of her passive, and just because of her 3 in Joust, how lanes are so tight. Has that global ultimate if she's in the base and your teammates need help, or if she's getting towards the lane and your teammates need help, or even for the quick engagement in the fight. Just because of those circles and that area stun, area heal, I think she's A plus rather than A. A nemesis, I think she's. See, she might be A plus character, but I'm gonna leave her in A. Yeah, she has that shield. Yeah, she has that ultimate and that slow bit her too. Again, these pluses take with a grain of salt. She might be A plus. I'm gonna leave her in A. Neja, A plus, really annoying slow. Stun, can isolate people with her 4, can deal a lot of damage. She can be literally your support or your damage dealer, or she can go even hybrid build. Nike, I think she's B plus. I was about to put her in B, but let's put her in B plus just because of that knockup she has and the shield. Other than that, she deals no damage. She might go B actually, but I'm not gonna snowball Nike that much. I'm gonna put her in B plus. Nox, hell annoying character in Joust. I'm gonna put her in A plus. Good. Her 1 and 2 are skill shots, but it's like the amount of area that covers. I think she's A plus rather than A. Her ult, you can hit most of the times you hit more 2 targets with it, and that damage over time. I think she's A plus. Nova, safe pick, global ultimate, good CC, good damage, A plus. Odin, I had him in D, but I'm gonna put him in C. In Joust, the reason I think he's C rather than D is because sometimes in Joust his ultimate, if your teammates are not there, if you don't have the Phantom Whale online, he can kind of zone you out with his ultimate in your tower and secure that kill. I don't think he's higher than that. His damage is not that great. Especially his 2 and 3 being at the same time defensive abilities and offensive abilities at the same time, like offensive and defensive at the same time. That's kind of he kind of lacks with that, and his ult with Phantom Whale easily dodged. I think he's C. some people might say, "But he can deal a lot of damage. He can deal damage. And he should be like B or B plus." There are a lot better picks than Odin. Osiris, I think, is a pretty balanced character. Now, funnily enough, my my friend plays him a lot, and I've seen what he does with Osiris. Just because of that, I would put him in A plus. But then you don't do things like that unless the guy is a professional player and he always plays him and like destroys people. You know, we're just not professional players. You heard a disclaimer in the beginning of the video. That's why I'm gonna leave Osiris in A. He might be A plus. You know, some people might put him even below, like in B plus. I think people who pull Osiris in 3s in B plus haven't played them. Like, he has great damage, you know, good CC, and can be tanky enough. A plus, maybe. I'm gonna leave him in A. Pele, A plus. She's nutty, great damage, good CC, lockdown, nuts. Poseidon, A plus, really annoying, great damage. Okay, CC. Ra, probably like hell. Can you know, he can deal damage. He can blind you with that. His ult is a skill shot. A lot better picks than him. I would honestly have Baron Samedi rather than Ra or Hell on the team. Raijin, A plus. There's a lot of damage. Good CC. His ult is nutty. A plus. Rama, A plus. Great damage. Good mobility. His ult is a skill shot, but he deals a lot of damage and can frag out insanely in A plus. Now we're at Tosker. I think Rata is S plus. Now you guys gonna say like, no, he's S or like A plus. I think he's nutty. He has great damage, good CC. Like, you guys don't believe me. I think he's an I would put him in either S plus or S. But I'm gonna be putting him in S plus. Ravana, A plus mage, great CC, good damage, can bait people's abilities with his 2, great on lockdown with his ult, A plus. Scylla, A plus, good CC, good damage, good execution with his ult if she hits it. Not that hard to hit it, to be honest. In 3s especially. Serket is the thing that I don't know if she should be A or A plus, but I'm gonna put her in A plus. Really annoying character, great damage, good CC, anti-heal with her ult. I think some people might even put her in S. I had her in A. I think she's A plus. Set A is an S. Good CC, insane damage. Really annoying with his one. His ultimate is a shredder. I think is S. He might be A plus, but just because with the new gods, I have to give a third disclaimer. Horus and Set, they're new gods, right? It's been a week now. They might be A pluses, but I'm gonna leave them in S because I think they're strong. So I'm gonna leave them in S. I just wanted you guys to know that. Scotty, pretty balanced god, A overall. Yes, he has that CC with her 3 and annoying Calder, but you can kill Calder quite easily. I think he's better balanced god, A overall. Sobek, A plus character. Can deal damage, can be annoying, can start fights real good with a 1 or 2. Has a decent heal with his 3, slow with his ult, CC immunity with his ult, takes less damage. I think is A plus. So pretty balanced character. I think she is in Joust. I think she's A. Same with Wukong. Susano A plus. Great damage, great poke, great ult for 3s. Sylvanas pool is nutty. If you have the skill to play Sylvanas with his pull, you can pull through the walls as well. Great heal, good knockup, stun. I think is A plus. Terra, I think she's S. Insane CC, actually good damage. Her ult is really good. Everything in Joust is really easily hit by her with her, and her passive is great as well. Thanatos, I think, is either A plus or A. I'm gonna leave him in A. His ult is easily dodged. He is locked down pretty easily. Yes, he has that silence on his 3 and that self-sustain from A from his 1, but I think he's more balanced more than A plus. Morgan, honestly, I would put her as the best character in the game, but I'm gonna put her in S. Not a lot of people know how to play her. She's hard to play with, but she can be any god in the game during the match. She has naughty damage, bait potential, uh, good CC. She could be anyone in the game. I think that's enough. Like that's enough to say. Thor, pretty balanced character. Can zone people out with his 2. Can stun people with his 2. His ultimate is okay if you don't hear it. If you don't hear him ulting, your teammates can bait for you. He deals okay damage. He can be a bit tanky as well. I think he's pretty balanced character overall. And that's why I think he's A. Thoth, A as well. You know, doesn't deal that much damage, can be easily locked down. I don't want to say he can be easily locked down, but he can get locked down. Yes, he can put his 2 and then 3 and jump back, but he doesn't deal as much as damage as Scylla, Huabua, Isis, Agni, Raijin, No Poseidon, and Nox do, and he's not that annoying as them. Recently, we have been seeing Thoth playing be played more, but you know, some people might put him in A plus. I'm gonna put him in A tier. Really annoying character. Really annoying character. Again, his 1 is easily dodged. You can bait his blink. You can bait his 1. That's why I think he would be in A, but then at the same time, he's either A plus or A. Again, these pluses, I'm gonna leave him in A plus. Uller, I think he's A plus. I'd rather have Uller on my team than Cherno or Hachiman. I think he's great for 3s. Now there are some choices that are hard for me, like Artemis or Honor being in A, and for example Uller being in A plus. But that's why I repeat, take these pluses with a grain of salt. I think Uller is a good character. Yeah, he can get those combos online. Yes, some hunters deal more damage than him, but I think he's an A plus in Joust. Vamana, you can get that anti-heal on, you know. That's why I think he's more A than A plus. He has a Nova Cup, he has a slow, his ults, yeah, but if you leave him, if you don't attack him, and if you kind of back out when he ults, and with that anti-heal, I think is A. Vulcan A plus, great not damage. Okay, CC, a lot of damage with his ult. It's hard to hit, but you can zone people out. You know, you ult behind them, they push forward, your support then starts the fight. I think he's great. I think he's A plus. Ibalanki, it's either S plus or S. Da, Može Destinina, Bolognese. Sorry guys. Shibalanka, I think he's S plus. Great ult. You know, his 3 is CC immunity, he deals damage. His 1 is annoying as well. You know, some people can say like Jingwei and then Jingwei being an S and then Shibalanki being an S plus. I think he's either S or S plus, but his ult is the thing that is saving him from being S. I think he's S plus. You guys obviously can disagree. That's why I'm making this video. Xingqian A plus, a really annoying character, can actually deal damage. Good CC. I think he's A plus. threes. Same with Ymir. Same with Zeus. Sorry. Ymir, great damage, great CC. Annoying, and wall is nuts. Zeus, great damage. Xingqian was my S character. It's up to you. Sorry, I said it's up to you. I was thinking, is he S or A plus? He does have a lot of damage. He does have self heal, and that's stun. Now, would I rather have him or you know, Isis or Raijin, Poseidon, Zeus, Vulcan on my Scylla on my team than Zhong? He's an annoying character. I don't know if he's S or A plus, but I'm gonna put him in A plus just because he doesn't have mobility. But again, you guys can disagree and say that he's an S character. We have been recording for 50 minutes now. This is why I wanted for you guys to see what I think about threes and what I think about picks. You heard a disclaimer. I haven't played ranked yet. I have knowledge about the game. Maybe, well, certainly not as much as professional players do. That's for sure. I came back to the Smite recently. I just wanted to make this list and let you guys know about my opinion and see your guys' opinions. Obviously, I haven't played ranked. That's why I don't know if Radatoska or Shibalanke are getting banned immediately and getting picked immediately. That's why they might be S's or A pluses. This is just what I think before actually getting to the ranked, because my friend is still level 29 and we need to get him level 30 to be able to play ranked. That's why this is just my approach to it, my opinions. I would like constructive criticism down below, either like I said, Reddit comment or YouTube comment. No, I don't mind. If you watched throughout all of this video, A, you are a really cool person because you care about the game. B, you liked or enjoyed how I was approaching this and how I was explaining, which I really appreciated. And 3, you had nothing to do, so you just watched the 50-minute long video, which I don't mind again. Thank you guys if you watched this far. Constructive criticism in the down below. We're gonna start playing ranked pretty soon. I'm so stoked for it. I'm so stoked for those picks and bans, counters, team chemistry, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like or dislike the video, but give constructive criticism about that as well. Subscribe if you want to. I would appreciate it. Share the video if you think it's good, right? If you think it's bad, share it with others as well, so they give their opinion as well. It's all about love and positivity and high energy. I love you guys, and peace out.